Alrighty, guys. Welcome. I'm sure everyone that's watching or just tuning in right now has seen the recent news that came out today from the 343. Bonnie Ross has left the, I guess the, she has left 343. That's how I can say it. So whether or not she's been fired, whether it's because of this family issue, I guess we don't really know. All I'm going to say is that the way she has left is obviously not good. You know, having to leave because of family issues is not good. But do I think this is a good thing for the future of Halo Infinite? Yes, I do. I think that this is I hope everything goes well with her family. You know, if this is all legit, I hope this, I hope her family, are all good after this, or and she finds a better job. But I do hope, and I do think Pierre Hintze, the man who has taken charge from her, I think he's going to do an excellent job. Because for any of you guys that aren't too sure, Pierre Hintze was the one that kind of rescued Halo MCC from the dead. He was the one that recovered it, and the reason it's in such good shape right now is because of him. So I have faith in that man to take over and get Halo Infinite to where it needs to be. We won't see changes too suddenly, right? That's just not the way things work. But next year, we probably will see quite a few changes in the way things are going for this game. But first and foremost, welcome to everyone that's tuning in. If you're watching this afterwards, welcome. But if you're watching this during the stream, absolute mad lads. Thank you guys for being here. Crazy news. Definitely wasn't expecting news like this to come out of 343. I think a lot of people were hoping that she would leave, and I will put my hands up. I was one of the people that was saying that I think Bonnie Ross needed to leave. I think problems start at the top, and when you've been there as long as she has, the chicken's got to come over the roost sometime, right? So I do think that this is, I do feel bad for her and her family, and I think that's a terrible situation to be in for her to leave them that way. But I do think this is the best decision for Halo's future. And yeah, as Matthew's saying there, I'm confident that the new lead will be that will help Halo Infinite be the best that it can be, right? And at the end of the day, we've got to think about the future of Halo, and that's pretty darn important to all of us, right? So welcome Flipsticks, Matthew, Noe, Ascensio, welcome, Armstrong, Catboy, Frosty, CT General, Death Templar, Chicken Snipe, we're saved boys, we're saved. Caleb, 241, Jesus mate, go to sleep, Caleb. Appreciate you being here, mate. Nate, Halo Infinite Thing, Twig Twip, Daniel, Dogfish, Aaron, Danny, Solus, Tomo. Okay, I hope I haven't missed anyone there. Welcome everybody. Everybody. Please drop a like on the stream if you're. I guess I don't know. Not if you're positive about this news. But I'm curious. If you guys are. If you guys are feeling like this is a good thing, then I'm curious. Drop a like on the stream. If not, let me know in the comments below if you don't think that this is a good thing. Yeah, very curious to see. Justin, what's going on? Eli, how we doing? Dark Vortex, genuinely. I disagree with that. I think it's more the management don't do a good job, Like Halo Infinite has a lot of good things going for it. I don't think we can just call it a bad game. It just, it didn't release with much content. That's the problem right there. Boomsticks, dropping a $20 bomb, mate. Thank you so much. Bloody legend. Base go stream. Excited to see what the future holds for Halo. Yeah, likewise. And as I was saying, guys, like that's what I'm excited for now. The future of Halo, it's going to be, I don't know, with Pierre Hintze leading it, it's going to be good. As I've got up here for you guys to show you, Pierre Hintze, this man right here, he was the one that rescued MCC. So I do have faith, I've got confidence that he's going to get Halo to where it needs to be with Halo Infinite. So we'll have to see what changes come, but just remember, there probably won't be any sudden changes right now. It's just not going to happen that quickly. Reclaim what's going on. Yeah, all the Halo games have got good things going for them. I mean, of course, the first three are just legendary in every single aspect. But yeah, all the Halo games have got something good going for them. But yeah, again, I'll just summarize for anyone that's just joining, guys. Welcome. But I just want to say that thoughts are with her family, and I do feel really bad for her that she had to leave in this way. But I do think that this change, as Eli said there, was necessary. And I think that this change is actually going to be really good for the future of Halo. Because someone like Pierre Hintze, this guy right here, with what he's done with MCC, bringing MCC back from the dead to what it is right now, I think this was a good decision, and I think that I'm kind of optimistic about the future of Halo, as Dark Vortex is saying there as well. Yeah, Infinite is awesome, but it needs love. It does. It needs a lot of love. But this is only the start. So 343 have also, I've got a thing here. So Microsoft have got Pierre Hintze as the studio head, right? Basically taken over the main part of Bonnie's role. But Bonnie's role has actually been split up into three parts. So they've got Brian Koski, which is the GM of the Halo franchise, this dude right here, and then Elizabeth Van Wyck, business and operations. So these three are effectively doing what Bonnie had, or what Bonnie was doing. So it'll be very interesting going forward to see how it all works. But I do think, like, I've seen a few people asking why Joseph Staten wasn't given the job, and I think that actually wouldn't have been good, because Joseph Staten, I'd much rather have him involved with the story, the narrative, and like all that sort of stuff with the game. If he's too high up, he won't really have too much input on the game and the story going forward. You know what he did with Halo 2 and Halo 3 ODST. I want him to do that for the next game or the next DLC for Halo Infinite, because I just think that is where he shines. And you know, I don't think we need to have Joseph Staten like be the head, right? I don't think that's who he is. Someone like Pierre Hintze, it makes much more sense because he can get a bunch of people together to do a job, like he proved with Halo MCC. So that's the great thing about that. So that's why I'm really positive and happy about that. Reclaimer, thank you so much for the $5, man. I hope things go well for Bunny Ross and her family, but I am glad that 343 Industries has a chance for positive change. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I think this is a positive change for the future of Halo, and I think it's one that we needed. Because you have to remember, guys, you got to remember, like, the internet has been going crazy with Fire 343. And, you know, I always said that I didn't agree with Fire 343. I agreed with Fire Bonnie Ross, Fire Frank O'Connor, Fire Kiki Wolfkill. I mean, those were the three that I just was going off. I don't want to see anyone lose their job. I hate saying that, right? And I even hated saying that about Bonnie. But at the end of the day, when you've been there as long as someone like she has, there's got to be some sort of development or changes there to make sure that the future of Halo is in the right hands. So I do think that this change, as sad as it is that, you know, she's got a thing going on with the family, and I hope that gets sorted, and I hope nothing's too serious there. It is a positive change for the future of this game and the franchise, of course. So, yeah, and as Catboy just said there, Bonnie Ross has been doing 3 jobs in one. So seeing that getting divided into 3 different people is probably the right choice. So, Illusory saying there, I can't talk. Yeah, I hate the toxicity, I just want a fun game. Yeah, exactly right. So this is why, I mean, you guys would have probably seen my recent videos. Like, I said that the Yappening event was probably the most fun event I've played in this game, because the game mode is just really, really goddamn fun. You know, I don't want the playlist, right? It's probably the most fun I've had with this game since the game launched. And yeah, like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, this game has so much potential to be a really good damn game. That's what's crazy. So, you know, if we have the right people leading it, like Pierre Hintze, I reckon we're going to get there. So it will take time, but someone like him, I think, will steer the ship where we need to get it. So I am happy about that. I love Lax. How you doing, man? Welcome. Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised that Frank has been there for so long, especially after the comments he made quite a while ago. Wayfarer, I hope her leaving is more the result of 343 seeing the need for change than it is for her having family issues. When you're at that level, you don't get fired. That's also how this looks to me. Yeah, I mean, that's true. She is the top of the top. So essentially, the only person that could actually fire her is Phil Spencer. So it's more about, like, you know, did she get fired, or is this just a thing she's saying to, you know, kind of not get destroyed by the Halo community when she leaves? Not too sure. So yeah, it is one of those things that you got to think about. But I do look. It seems genuine, but you can never really know. All I'm going to say is just best to be respectful, and if we do that, go about our day normally, and just be excited for the future with someone like Pierre Hintze in charge. I reckon that would be good. Or at least that's what I'm trying to do. Hey, Blue Maguire, how you doing, man? Bonnie didn't do the networking, the coding, the texturing, the sleeve weapon and armor designs. True, but she is the one that kind of signed off on everything. So the 18-month contractors that were there that currently aren't at Halo at 343 anymore. Part of the reason why the game is in such a poor state is because she signed off on those decisions and allowed those Microsoft policies to still be a thing at her studio. So I do think that at the end of the day, a lot of it is, she is responsible for a lot of it. And I do actually think that a lot of the devs that are there at 343 have a ton of passion for the game. So, that's why I didn't fully believe in the fire 343 thing, because a lot of people there, I see them on Twitter and stuff, a lot of them are just really, positive and they love Halo just as much as us. It's just the management. There's not much you can do. If the person up top is just, not really too sure on what the hell they're doing, there is not much you can do, is there? Mishra, how you doing? I'm doing good. This news, I'm actually kind of positive about all of this, just to be honest with you. So, yeah, it certainly is interesting. But yeah, we wish her and her family the best. And I'm just excited for the future. I'm excited for the future of this series, this franchise. And it certainly is in good hands with Pierre Hintze. Yeah, Bonnie's, as Sketchy said there, mate, out of every employee that's left 343, Bonnie is probably the one that's had the biggest impact on the game. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right. Because essentially she's at the top, as I've been saying. She is at the top. Joe looks tired as fuck. He's been in the trenches. Yeah, Nick. The one thing I will say about Joseph Staten is that whenever there is some bad news, I feel like he was just shoved in front of us to kind of, let us down easy. But that's also why I kind of don't want him to be the top of the top, because I just don't think it's for him. I think that he needs to do what he's best at, and that's, being the narrative lead, working on the campaign side of stuff. I just feel like that's where he shines the most, as he proved with Halo 3 ODST, Halo 2 with the cutscenes and the narrative. So, yeah, and then Doc Hunter said there, second most impact, Chris Lee. We'll talk about that in a second, but Chris Lee, from what I've seen recently, a lot of it came down to what he did. Spartan Hawk, doing well, man. I'm doing good, man. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Dutus, thank you so much for the $5, man. Love your content. Legend. Absolute legend. Thank you so much. Frankly, we asked to fire 343 Industries, not fire Bonnie. You're all riding on the coattails of a more serious demand we have. I don't agree with fire 343. I just think it was fire the top. Fire Bonnie, go for it, because she's been there for ages. She has, made a lot of mistakes. So at the end of the day, someone like that has to go or take responsibility for what's been going on with the series. I don't think we need to fire the entire freaking company, right? There are devs there that have passion, as I just said. I don't think we need to fire the whole goddamn company. But so Chris Lee, if anyone that wasn't too sure, Chris Lee, he was the guy that kind of, made some really interesting decisions. Mint Blitz made a good video on it, I think 2 days ago. And essentially, he wasn't really telling everyone what was going on with the game. So, if you're not communicating properly with the people up top and the people below you, it's really not going to help when you're trying to release a video game like Halo. That apparently he contributed to a lot of the issues with the game. Whether or not that's entirely accurate, not too sure, but it seems to make sense, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. That's right. Dano, be respectful always. Yeah, we all have families, we all have health issues. This is a person who was very well compensated for doing a bad job for a very long time. We can call a spade here. Yeah, and I do agree with that as well. Like, if we are respectful, I do think we can say that and say, how things are. Because if we are being totally honest, the state of Halo wasn't great and hasn't been great since, since basically, it hasn't been at its peak since Halo 4, and that's a lot of changes, a lot of issues there, but, Halo Infinite has the potential to be fantastic. For any of you guys watching that have played in my game nights, you'll know, like, that shit is fun. Like, we have a ton of fun in those. And Forge looks incredible. So the potential is there. All we need is just competent people to capitalize and get stuff out into this game. That's really it, isn't it? That's really it. Hey, Sick and Gaming, thank you so much for the $20, man. I pray for her family and their swift recovery. Hopefully the new people can recover Infinite. This game has so much potential. I'm so tired of the constant lies from 343. I hope this is an awakening for them. Yeah, I totally agree. I think this will be. I believe, as I said, Pierre Hintze, this dude, he has a really good track record with Halo. You know, bringing MCC back from the dead. If anyone can do it, if anyone can turn this ship around, that is Halo Infinite. I think it's this man right here. Yeah, I do think so. It's just, he's been a Halo fan for a while. I think he only joined the studio in 2018. So it's not been there for, you know, a crazy amount of time. But you just need a leader. You need someone who can lead and get people to do what they need to do. And I believe that this is the man for that job. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. I do hope her family, you know, have a swift recovery, whatever the issue is there. But I do think that this is a positive change for the future of Halo. And I'm really curious to see what changes come from this. Yeah, Armstrong, go for it, mate. So, Catboy, I'd argue that Chris Lee had more impact on Infinite than Bonnie Ross, who forgetting she's a 55-year-old mother. I can't talk, Jesus. 55-year-old mother who's worked at Microsoft for 30 years. Yeah, she has been there for ages. But I will say this: at the end of the day, she was the top of the top. So she was at the head. She was the head of 343. So eventually, sometimes she will need to take responsibility for the issues in the game. But I do agree. From what I've been told, Chris Lee kind of made a lot of those issues happen with this game before it released. No, Aaron, the Battle Royale or the Tatanka mode should still be releasing. It's that's getting done by Max Hoberman. Fuck, I can't do it. Max Hoberman. He, if you guys remember back in Halo 2, he was the one that did the matchmaking for Halo 2. So he knows a lot about Halo. And if anyone can make a fun experience for Halo Infinite, it's going to be that man there. So he's running Certain Affinity, and they are the company that are kind of helping 343 build this mode from the ground up. So that should be quite good. It's not going to be a straight 1-on-1 battle royale, because otherwise that would be just awful. So from what I've heard, it's going to be pretty darn fun. But yeah, we'll have to see how it looks. But I trust that man to do a good job for Halo, for sure. Yeah, 30 Red. It's not what she did, it's everything she didn't do and say since the start of Infinite. Yeah, she didn't really take accountability for the things that went wrong, and that was my biggest problem with her. If I just have to be honest with you guys. Just need to go back through it. Yeah, she did. She kept Halo alive from Bungie. She did. As Guildart's is saying there, she 100% did. But agreed, she need to go. Sonathan Pony says, "We shall art this holy ring and burn a path into a new future for Halo Infinite. All shall tread the path. Halo will become great again." Love it. Boomsticks, $20 again, mate. Jesus Christ. So Phoenix of the Flame wants you to know, I genuinely enjoy Ghost videos and I love being in this Discord talking to so many cool people. He's a great part of the Halo community, definitely does his part. Hey, no, thank you first and foremost, Boomsticks, for the $20, man. Goddamn legend. But no, you guys are all legends, trust me. Goddamn. Yeah, no, you don't have to thank me for anything. Goddamn. I'm just a fan like all of you. So and that's, yeah, it's really good talking to you guys, like especially during these streams, because I can get to know what your thoughts are on like all of these things. Whereas if I did a video, yes, I'll see your comments, but it's a bit easier to just kind of interact with you guys this way. But yeah, it certainly is interesting. Mahil says, "I would love to see 343 at the Bandit and the new equipment in November instead." I would love to see that, and that's what we were all expecting to see, because they are pretty much ready to go. Who knows? Wouldn't that be insane? But yeah, I don't know. That could. I don't think we'll see that, but wouldn't that be nice? Lay Pollard, what's going on, man? My man is an absolute legend. What a day, man. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. I know. How freaking crazy. Oh, God. When I saw the news, I was like, all right, okay. Upsetting, about a family, but this is positive for the future of the game. So I'm keen to see what's going to happen next. I really am. As 30 Red says there, hiring temporary workers was so bad. Yes. Yeah, very much so. That's a Microsoft issue, but I think Bonnie Ross being the head can actually change that and get rid of that. So yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? I will just say this, guys. We are so close to 25,000 subs. Like, we are so fucking close. Maybe like 40 subs away. So if any of you guys are watching and you want to help me get there today during the stream, that would be fucking incredible. So yeah, please do consider subscribing. It is absolutely free, and I would really appreciate it. So if we could do that today, I'd be absolutely beaming. So yeah, we'll try our best. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here, just talking in the chat, or even if you're just lurking watching, I appreciate it. Really does mean a lot to me. Make Halo great again. Hopefully this is the start of that. Attached. This is this is the start of that. I guess the new change, the new change. I guess now, as Dark Vortex is saying there, got to get new people into the game. Got to hire new people. Got to get a bunch of new people into working on the code, getting stuff up to scratch, and then as well as making new content for the game. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But from what I've heard, 343 had a hiring freeze. If any of you guys have heard of that, but yeah, I don't know if that's going to end anytime soon. I hope it does, because I think we all know that 343 need people. They need people right now to get in there and help out. Because as you guys would see, like I think the Forge showcase they did recently, right? That, if you guys remember that, the devs looked so goddamn tired. Like Forge Lord, he had the biggest bags under his eyes. So just imagine the guys that are currently there are probably working their asses off to get this game into a really good state. So it is just going to take time. But this is a good change. Having this band here, Pierre Hintze, it's a positive change. I might play some yapping in after this actually, because that's I haven't played in like a day, but that's the most fun I've had on this game in a long time. Simply better. How you go, mate? I don't think it's gonna make the content come out quicker, unfortunately. Then again, I don't know what Bunny Ross's job entailed. Yeah, I don't think it will. We're not going to see results of this until sometime next year, but it is going to be positive going forward, if that makes sense. So while I don't think we're going to see content just come out because of this, it means that next year there may be some changes to the way they do things. So who knows? Season 3 could be changed. Season 4 could be changed. No clue. But I do expect some changes there. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Hey Garfield, how you doing, mate? welcome. Halo for life. Agreed. Wait, if Bunny Ross is gone, does that mean the new head of 343 will still do split screen? Now, wouldn't that be good if they could deliver on that promise? That would be a really good first step, because I think if you guys have seen the recent leaks, like, that is available. Like, people have been they've been glitching into split screen. So, wouldn't that, if this man could come out and be like, alright, we're going to make good on our promise we said before launch, we are going to be releasing campaign co-op split screen. It may not come right now, it may come in like a couple of weeks, but we are releasing it. I think that would be really good to see. Zicken Gaming, $10, man. Goddamn legend. These past few weeks have been such a roller coaster. Every day there's something new. So man, you're a legend. The Halo community wouldn't be the same without you. I seriously, you guys are freaking legends. You don't have to say that, Zicken Gaming. I do appreciate it so much, mate. Beast. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for being here. Really do appreciate it. So Zeet said Infinite's a mess, but I love MCC so much. It's hilarious. What even is 343? And quite literally, MCC is in the way it is right now. It is so good because of Pierre Hintze. So I'm really thinking that Halo Infinite is going to do a full U-turn and get to that. It's going to become like MCC. Hopefully even better with more content than we'd ever have thought for this game. That would be great. But first step is Forge. Once we get Forge, it's going to be what 343 can do with Forge. Get matchmaking, get multiplayer maps into matchmaking, like the Forge maps people create. And that is one way you can have a constant stream of content going into the game. So yeah, just that is the positive thing that's happening in November. Of course, it should have been here by now, but at least that is something to look forward to, because fuck me, Halo Infinite's Forge, it is orgasmically good. Oh, that sounded bad. Orgasmically good. There you go. But yeah, so I am excited for that. If anything, I am excited for that. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Sober King, I can't believe people are celebrating this news. Well, more so, I guess, kind of looking forward to the future of the series now. So, as a lot of us have been saying, like, we've got to be respectful. And I've been saying, throughout the stream that I do feel bad for her family. And I hope that whatever's going on with her family is resolved and the person who's sick gets better or looked after and whatnot. No clue what the situation is there, but we're thinking about Bonnie. But all I'm going to say is I think it's the right choice. I think it's at the right time for her to leave 343. And it is... I'm happy that someone like Pierre Hintze is taking over because I just think that we needed a change. We needed a change for this game. And I'm sad to see her leave in this state, but I do think it was necessary. Voice just shut the bed. Quite literally. Hey, John Online Peter. How you doing, mate? Going for Xbox Infinite. Xbox Infinite talking about massive news today. Yes, it should be very good, mate. Should be very good. Aaron, no clue, man. I assume there are some issues with it, but I'm not too sure. I just have to assume that there are some issues that arise when they try to make it work. But it does look practically ready. Like, if you guys have seen it, it pretty much looks ready. The split screen glitch really does look good. Let's see here. Forge's life. I've over 20 ideas for Forge. You're going to love it. Goddamn, nice and neon. If Halo Infinite Forge doesn't include flyable pelicans, it's mid, no debate. But I would love that. I really, really would love that. I have played the Forge. I didn't see any pelicans, but I have been told that that the leaked Forge doesn't have everything that's going to be there on day one when it releases. So take that as you will. Yeah. It's certainly interesting. I would love to have that in Forge though. If you guys do remember the campaign, before we had a glitch that would allow you to fly the pelican in the campaign. Such a fun glitch. For some reason 243 removed it, but it was very fun at the time, and I would love to see something like that. Even if it was a glitch, even if it didn't look good, come to Forge. That's what I would love to see. Sketchy, you should get a job as a shelf filler like me. Unjust Hero, how you going, mate? Halo there, love it. I never realised it looked like Atriox has ODST armor on his torso. Yeah, I believe he takes off the armor of ODSTs or Spartans that he's killed, or he fights. Pretty darn sick. I just hope, the next Halo campaign, it just focuses on Atriox. That should be who we are, fighting. Or, working towards killing. Sawyer, thanks to FootedGhost for the content. Been a long time watcher. Took about a 6-month break from Infinite. Ended up being longer because of the negativity in the community. I appreciate your positivity. Damn, man, I really appreciate the support, bro. Really, really do appreciate that. I don't blame you for taking a month, like a very long break from Infinite. There hasn't really been too much going on. The only, if I'm being totally honest with you guys, the only good thing that's kind of happened lately is the drop pod updates and the yapping in event. I think every other event has been very lackluster, to say the least. So yeah, I think I think what do you call it? This event has been the best one. So I'm hoping, because it's the most social, right? It's a very chill party game mode, so party playlist. So I'm hoping 343 for the future events for this game, it is just purely party game modes, party playlists, and that's what I would really like to see. Yeah, Josh, M for mature Halo. God, I would love to see Halo be rated M again, just to see like a shit ton of blood. Being able to spray elite blood in Halo Combat Evolved, that's peak peak Halo. Just you can write shit on the walls with their blood. That is all I loved. Maybe I'm sadistic, I don't know. Hey Heroes Journey, how you doing, mate? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well. New management good. The guy here, this guy here, Pierre Hintze, I do think he's going to be good for the future of this series, or the franchise. Sorry, so I'm happy about that. So we'll have to see how he can go, how he does. Sorry. Yeah, so I hope they keep BTB Fiesta after the event ends. I think they will. I definitely think they will. But yeah, let's just hope they do that. Should they flight Forge? I 100% thought they were going to. and they still possibly could next month in October, but I don't know. I was fully expecting that they would, but I got that wrong. And yeah, so it looks like we're not going to see it till November, but I would love to be wrong. Jeremiah, so I've actually asked 343. I got no response, of course. I mean, I wasn't expecting a response, to be fair, but I was hoping we'd hear something about this September drop pod, because a lot of people have been saying that they don't think there's going to be one, but I still think there will be. I still think there will be, because there's just a lot of other stuff that they have to do, as well as keep opening up cross-core customization, and that's one of those things that, like, once we get all of that fully out, that will be really good for customization. Like, already right now, the Spartans and Halo Infinite, they're looking very diverse. Very diverse and extremely different. Like, this, I never really see two of the same Spartans these days. Whereas back at launch, you'd see the same, Spartans pretty much all the time. So that is definitely a good thing. Craig the Brute says, I eat grunts for breakfast every day. Fan-fucking-tastic. Thought we need better vehicle physics. Vehicle physics, like the Warthog needs to be too heavy and on ice always. I fully agree. So I know 343 made an adjustment to that recently, but I still think more can be done there, because yeah, it feels like the Warthog floats, when it's in the air and all that sort of stuff, and it does flip over too easily still. It is better than what it was at launch. Launch, you could hit like the smallest twig and the whole thing would just go flying. That's not the case anymore, which is good, but it is still needing some work, I think. I do agree with that a little bit, S-Pat, although I did shit my pants when I played Halo Combat Evolved Encountering the Flood. But I do kind of agree with that, though. I do kind of agree. They are finally addressing the server issues. Yes, Aaron. So that's a good thing. We've taken a lot of time with that, but they are finally addressing the server issues. So I did make a quick video on that yesterday, but they are basically fixing it. They're putting it out to their other external partners to help out. So we should hear a fix for that pretty soon, I think. Hey, Laper, thank you for the $5, my man. I think it's time for the council to meet once again to discuss certain things. I'll talk to Mr. Nerd. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. If you guys don't know, myself, Laper Larden, and Shredded Nerd, we do a Infinite podcast. It's really good. I recommend you guys check it out on Shredded Nerd's channel. But yeah, us three Aussies, we just kind of get together, talk about Halo, and it's a good time usually. But yeah. Reverse aging, you might be right, Armstrong. You might be right, mate. Jacob says, Mint just did a video on the Warthog. Okay, there you go. So hopefully 343 can take a look at that and make some changes. That would be more than ideal. So, Sakin117 just said there, sorry if I butchered that, mate. So how's the customization in Infinite nowadays for free players? So, it is a lot better, but until they... As I said, until they fully open up cross-core customization, it will still be a bit lacking. The only problem I still have with the game is that, not my only problem. One of the problems I still have with the game is that you still can't earn credits just for playing the game. And I wouldn't really care about that too much if there were more options or more ways to unlock the items in the store, or just unlock items in general just by playing the game. So I'm hoping, when they release that progression system, the actual career progression system, that we see a bunch of items actually partnered up with certain ranks, because that's what I thought they do with the reach ranks, but that looks like we're just going to be playing for it. So this is the only good thing about that. So the reach items that are releasing in the winter update, the way to release that will be just via match XP. So just by playing the game, you will unlock those items. So that is definitely a lot better than a goddamn battle pass. But yeah, that's pretty much the way they're doing things now. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But yeah, as Thomas said there, progression system with items alongside it, that is what I would love to see. Noe says, I never buy anything. My free-to-play Spartan's objectively better than everyone else's. Fair enough, man. Hey, your wallet. You got to do what you got to do. I do think that right now, I think people shouldn't like it's your money, so you do what you want to do. But I think right now it'd be good for people to not try their best to not spend anything in the store, just to until 343 get their shit together. I mean, right now this is a big first step. We got new people taking charge. As Cobble said here, the leadership team has had a restructure. You got Bonnie Ross's role going into 3 different parts, so we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, once things get a bit better, then absolutely do your thing. But again, if you want to use your money, spend your money, definitely do that. It's all on you guys. Is Bonnie still employed as Microsoft with Microsoft as VP? I'm not too sure. That's an interesting question. Not too sure actually. So I would search that up, but I assume that the answer for that wouldn't be out just yet. Yeah, as R08 has just said there, hell, I hope they decide to finish split screen co-op. It will definitely bring back some faith to the community. I fully agree. If they did that, I would be really, really happy, and I think that would be keeping in goodwill with the community. Just saying, saying that we're gonna make good on our promise. We promised to release this, eventually, and we're not going to just flat out not do that. So yeah, so if they can do that, release that, I would be really, really happy. But we'll see. We will see. Yes, Chiefs Mark 7. Agreed. I would love to have that as a core. Brendan said I would smash. For who? Oh, I don't know who's talking about here. Jishi, hey man, I've been watching your channel for about a year now. Even though I felt a bit disconnected with Halo this year, I really appreciate you keeping me up to date with your games. Thank you so much. That truly means a lot. I know a lot of people that actually watch aren't really still playing the game. So that's why I kind of just try to keep my best to keep updates going. But I really, really do appreciate that. So thanks, mate. It means a lot. Let's see here. Guildarts has said she is retiring. So, oh yeah, okay. So then that must mean she's fully done then. That would make sense. Alex, who is Brian Koshi? Not too sure. I'm not too sure actually. I assume he's been there for a while. I think. I don't know if he's on the employee spotlight, one of these ones. Maybe he has. Let's take a look. Does not look like it. Okay, so she has though. So Elizabeth Van Wyck, which is this one here. So she's taken over business and operations. I've actually not seen her, so I'm not too sure about what she does. But it seems pretty positive. But again, we'll have to wait and see how she goes. I can't really speak to that, to be totally honest. Indecisive Void, do you think updates will get faster, better, while the hiring freeze is under effect? I think, yeah. So that is definitely affecting them right now. I have no clue when that's gonna, be lifted for 343 to start hiring more people. But that would definitely slow down the updates that released to this game. 100%. Halo 3 says, I don't like Infinite Sprint. Fucking me, what did I just say? Infinite Sprint. Keep it like Reach. See, I don't mind it. I definitely don't mind it. But... I wasn't a fan of Halo Reach's sprint, to be totally honest with you. Because the way you when you came out of the sprint, it was very... it wasn't smooth, if that makes sense. At least with Infinite Sprint, you don't need to sprint. You only sprint really for it's a bit more map traversal. So to do the slide. I just said it 1,000 times. Sorry, but yeah. So I don't think it's that bad, but I understand what you're saying. A lot of people don't like sprint regardless. So it would be interesting to see a classic playlist in Halo Infinite. Could easily be made. I would like to see how that would play out because I reckon that could play quite interesting. Let's see here. Infinite Sprint is the best sprint we've had. While it's not the most like effective, I think it is actually the best balance for sprint. That's what I will say. Hey, Boom6, see you, mate. Have a good night. Thank you so much for the super chats, bro. Really, really appreciate you. Yeah, and listen, I never wish for anyone to lose their jobs. Just wanted to play Forge. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It is a hard line. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for Forge. If anyone has seen what my good mate Infinite Forges has done, he's done a freaking fantastic thing with let's see here. I'll try to bring it up. It's like a cyberpunk thing. I assume a lot of you guys have seen it, but freaking hell, it's good. It is very, very good. Yeah, this shit is crazy. Yeah, fake marking at it. Yeah, MCC lead, mate. So I'm very, very positive and happy about that. I reckon he will steer the ship to where it needs to be. Just judging off what he's done with MCC, and that game was pretty much down and done. Like there was no coming back for Halo MCC. At least I thought that. A lot of you guys would have thought that, and he managed to bring it back from the dead somehow. So it is crazy. It's possible, and I think he can do it with Halo Infinite too. And what's good about Halo Infinite is that everyone loves the gameplay pretty much. That's not the problem. It's just the content. So once we get more content into the game, I feel like people will come back. And of course, the tanky game mode is probably what 343 are relying on to just bring a bucket load of people back to the game. And that's when that releases. When that releases, they need to market the absolute hell out of that. They need to market it like crazy to get the to get people just noticing Halo Infinite again, because of course, besides the die-hard Halo fans like us, or I guess Halo fans, not many other people will probably check out that mode. But I guess they could just pay streamers to play it, and there you go, you got an audience. But who knows? Jesse says MCC matchmaking is broken as fuck right now. Is it actually? Oh god, okay. Damn, okay, that's not too good. Must be some sort of server issue then, like maybe with Azure, not too sure. But there must be something wrong there. Hopefully that gets fixed soon. Just as we're talking about MCC being perfect again. Oh god. Sophie King says, not gonna lie, this really does give me hope. Hope her family is alright, of course, but I've wanted new management in that studio since 2014. Yeah, I don't blame you. Don't blame me for feeling that way, mate. And I do think, as you said there as well, I hope the family is alright, but I'm quite pleased that Pierre Hintze is taken over from her. Definitely pleased with that. He's the right choice to to get this game to where it needs to be. We'll rise from the ashes. So this is unrelated, but how do people feel about the more wacky armor customizations in the game? Cat ears, hollow mohawk. Look, I don't mind it. All I say is, I probably wouldn't wear it, but if you guys want to wear it, or if people want to wear it, it doesn't really bother me. I know some people get like offended by it, but I don't. If there was a toggle, then that could be probably better. For some people that wouldn't want to see that stuff. But look, I don't. I've got no ill will towards someone who wants to rock a bunch of flowers on their shoulders, or the cat ears. I've got no ill will towards those people. That's all fine. I mean, I've got this the blue armor, like this aura effect thing, that I think looks cool. Kind of reminds me a bit of the Halo Reach, inclement weather, if you guys remember that. I do miss that. I wish that was in the game. Inclement weather, that would be kind of cool. But who knows? Maybe that will come sometime in the future. Okay, so this is a very, very good question. So, do you think any of the dates of the roadmap will change now? That's a really good question. I think it's possible. Like for Season 3, we may see some changes there. I think the winter update, that is set in stone. Everything that we've seen for the winter update, that is not going to get changed. I would be very, very surprised if anything new came for the winter update. I think from Season 3 onwards, we may see a few changes. But Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think season 3 is when we'll start to see some changes for the roadmap. Could come even earlier, in terms of like dates, or there could be more stuff added to it. So who knows? Who knows? And I do apologize, guys. What do you call it? I normally would have the face cam on, but yeah, I feel like shit today. So I'm like, you know what? Y'all don't need to see that. But yeah, Sophie King says, no, I don't like silly cosmetics at all, but I'm okay with people using them. I too like a toggle. It's less satisfying gunning down a tumblr Spartan than it is gunning down a walking tank. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I agree. Glide Frog, FootedGhost should stream more often. You have a large following on live, especially for a Halo content creator. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm pretty stunned that we've got nearly 200 people in here watching, which is crazy. So yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out, watching. I will say this again. For anyone that's probably heard this already, gonna hate me, but guys, we are so freaking close to 25,000 subs. So if any of you guys are tuning in for the first time, and you want to help me out, just please consider subscribing. I would absolutely love you for it. It is free. You want to help me boy out, I would love you for it. But with that said, everyone watching here are all legends, so I do appreciate you guys. Really, really interesting getting to know what your thoughts are on this whole situation, what you think about Halo Infinite right now, Bonnie Ross leaving, and also Pierre Hintze taking over. I think, yeah, it's these streams are probably much easier for me to talk to you guys in a way where I can read exactly what you're saying, have a bit more of a live conversation with you. Besides, of course, the game nights. That's always the easy way to talk to you guys. But yeah, it's really good seeing you guys in here. I respect the cat. Yeah, sorry, I love that. The cat ear wearing folk. More if there was more some ridiculous challenges, but no. So are you saying you prefer it, or you'd enjoy it a bit more if they had earned those cat ears or those pieces of armor? And that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't blame you for that. I think for this entire game, if we could earn a lot of the stuff, I would be a lot more positive towards it myself. If we could earn half the items and like the battle passes just by gameplay, and not having to spend actually money, that would be great. That would be what I'd like to see. But one day in the future, we'll hopefully get there again. Yeah. I'm piecing guys left for medical reasons though. Yeah, we can all a good thing, but shouldn't we have? Yeah, we'll have to be respectful. As we've been saying, fully, hope that her family are okay after this, and we're wishing the best. Think about her family. But we do think it's probably the right time for her to move on, and let someone else like Pierre Hintze take charge. But I do wish her and her family all the best, as I've been saying. John Stark, thank you so much, mate. Absolute legend. Love your name as well. I do appreciate that. Wouldn't it be amazing if the MCC had a Fallout style mod, download browser style to PC and Xbox in game? It's something that's brought to mind when Halo Reborn was shown. That would be really good. I would love to see something like that come to MCC. Sophie King subscribe always for you guys been covering this game like absolute cheese since the fights and this man is legit. Big ups, Sophie King. Thank you, dude. Really, really appreciate that. Yappa the Rapper said, I just wish people were not so rude on Twitter. I get angry, but if she actually left for those reasons, people need to chill. I do agree with you there. I don't blame Halo fans for feeling upset about the franchise and all that sort of stuff. But of course, you got to be respectful, and you can't really with something like this. It's best to just either say nothing or just try your best to be respectful, however hard that may be, because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes for her. We don't know. So that is definitely valid. Death Templar, the katana was outlandish but earned and respected. I want that for the yes, agreed. Very much so. General Light Peter, thank you for the $10, man. I should say a huge thank you for all the content you create to keep us updated on Halo, our passion and obsession. Going to talk about the huge news on Xbox Infinite this Saturday. Hey, thank you so much, man. Yeah, for anyone that's not too sure, I'll be on this like podcast this Saturday on the Xbox Infinite. I think that's the show. I believe that's the name. Jedi Knight Peter can correct me if I'm wrong. We'll be talking about this a bit more detail as well, about some other stuff about Halo, Microsoft. So definitely go check that out on Saturday if you want to be up to date on that stuff. But yeah, I as you said there, I appreciate you guys being here. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for all of you guys. You know, like you guys are, you know, all legends in your own right. So like, we're all Halo fans here. That's why I think this shit works, because all of you watching, I assume you're all Halo fans, have a passion for Halo like me. So at the end of the day, we're all just Halo fans that want Halo to be where it should be, and that's the top of the food chain. You know, that's where Halo should be right now. But yeah, I'm hoping we'll get there again. One day we will. we will. My fixed list would be the following: so split screen, remove microtransactions, and the current challenge system. Add reach style armor customization, playable elites, brute. Are you saying so? Playable elites, brutes, grunts, and flood is what you're saying, or are you saying hackles, grunts, and flood? Okay, I agree with all of that. To be honest, but the remove microtransactions. Unfortunately, I never ever see that happening ever again for a future like video game. Like these days, it's just impossible. I would love, I think, for the next Halo game, whenever that releases, because I highly doubt this is going for 10 years. Whenever that releases, I really hope that there are minimal microtransactions, or at least they stick to their word of being micro. You know, no more than a couple of dollars. But we'll have to wait and see. That just depends on, you know, I guess the climate of gaming at that time. Yeah, server issues, they are in the process of getting fixed. Let's just hope we hear something on that soon, Tomo. Hey, Johan, how you doing, man? Good to see ya. Xbox Infinite YouTube podcast. That's it. There we go. Yeah, desync. I mean, desync is one of the things that have turned people away. You know, because the gameplay is great, but desync is one of those things that when you encounter it, it doesn't occur for a lot of people, but for those that it did occur for, it can fully ruin the experience. So yeah, that needs to be squashed with ASAP, and we need an update from 343. Hopefully that can get fixed with a drop pod update. That is the thing that should be fixed with a drop pod. So that's what I'm hoping to see. Oh, sorry, I was just taking a drink. I think as well, because it was free to play, that definitely contributed for that, or part of the reason as to why that's the way it is, right? Because it is free to play. But yeah, I mean, like every single YouTuber on the planet has been covering this. I mean, rightly so. It is huge news, probably the biggest news we've had from 343 in a very, very long while. So yeah, I don't blame people for talking about it. Hey Nate, welcome mate. Just hopped in the stream late. What a shocker today. Yeah, crazy news. You know, we're all thinking about her family. I hope all the best for her family and all of that. But I do think this is a positive thing for the future of the game going forward. You know, just because this man Pierre Hintze, wrong person. Let me go back here. This guy here, yeah, Pierre Hintze, I think he will do a really, really good job going forward. Because for anyone that's just tuning in for the first time, Pierre Hintze is going to be the new studio head for 343, and he's the man that kind of rescued Halo MCC from the ground up, rescued it from the dead. So yeah, I think it is in good hands. I trust him to do a really good job and get 343 together to get this done, get it fixed, get it what do you call it? Get it looking good, I guess you could say. No, wrong. Not looking good. Fully functional, like how it should have released on launch. That's what I meant to say. Lorelei says here, you know, Johan, none of these fans are the jerks acting like Bonnie Ross leaving is good when they don't know anything. As we've said, she's been there for ages. She's been there for a very, very long time. At the end of the day, she has to take responsibility for some of the issues that have been going on with the game. Do I wish she left in better circumstances? Absolutely. I feel very terrible. I feel very bad that she's left because of a family issue, family reasons. As I said, got to be respectful. Wishing her all of the best. I hope whatever's wrong with her family gets resolved. I hope the person gets better. No clue as to what it is. We're not here to say that. She's a human just like us. So I'm hoping the best for her. Really hoping that everything's okay. But at the end of the day, she was the head of 343. And I do think she needed to leave. And I think that this is a good change. Having someone like Pierre Hintze take over for her. And also have that role split into 3 different parts for 3 different people. I think that's actually a positive thing. And we should see how that kind of evolves next year. We won't see any immediate changes right now. But it should. We should see the effects of all that next year. Once again, we're not trying to say here that she's a terrible person or anything like that. No one is saying that, right? It is more the fact that she has been there for a very, very long time, and yes, it is definitely not all her. We do know that, but at the end of the day, when you're at the top of the top, people will ask questions as to why things are being the way they are. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But yeah, again, I'm hoping for the best for her family. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying there. Well, Lorelai, maybe, but how do you know? How do you know as well that she was doing the right things? We can only assume, and that's why I'm saying that. So I understand what you're saying though. Like we can only assume how she did. But we can just make the assumption that she wasn't doing a good job leading the company if the Halo franchise isn't doing too hot after her being there for 12 years. That's just the assumption that a lot of us Halo fans have made. And I think at the end of the day, she's been there for a very long time. I do think she needed to leave. I do think that, but it is not just her. Right, Chris Lee made a lot of the issues happen last year before launch. So a lot of that, he needs to take a lot of the blame for that, but she is still the head. So I'm sorry, you still can't ignore that, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be rude to you or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that, she either couldn't do her job properly, so she needed to get people to help her out, or she effectively, not out of her field, but effectively was there too long for the fact that change is good for the sake of change sometimes, and I think that I don't think it's such a bad thing that she's leaving. I think it's actually as sad as this I'm upset to hear that she's leaving for family reasons, but I think that this is a good thing having someone like Pierre Hintze take over for her, as well as have her role split into 3 different people. I just think that makes sense. I just think that's a lot more intelligent for the future of this franchise. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe she had too much responsibility. But in that case, she's the head, so she should have just dished that out. Delegate. You got to delegate your responsibilities. If you're a leader, you got to delegate. If you can't delegate, then that's also a problem. I mean, it's certainly interesting. It is certainly interesting. But regardless of what everyone's like, regardless of the whole thing, as I said, you got to be respectful. So that's why I'm saying that, regardless of what I think, and I mean, Jason, you can't assume that, but you can kind of get a understanding if Halo isn't doing too well. It's kind of the issues might come from the top. Usually, in any sort of company like this, or a gaming company like this, the issues probably come from the top. If the issues are there all the time, that is just what makes sense. And look, I think we'll move on from there, because I just want to say that we all wish Bonnie well. We all hope that she does well, but I think that this is the right change for 343. That's all I'm going to say. I think it's the right change. Right? That's what I think. So yeah. I'm curious to see what you guys are saying on that. But yeah, all I want to say is just we are keeping respectful here. She let a lot of things slide, including conduct of her subordinates. Yeah, I've heard a lot of things that the leadership from her side wasn't too good. Again, impossible to really know, but that's what I've been told. Hey Halo Hub, how you doing? What's something from Halo Infinite's current development that you'd like more light shed on, more publicly shed information? I just want to know, like, let's see here. I want to know how far along the multiplayer team was with everything in 2020, because in 2020 I know they had the layouts of everything, and everything looked pretty good, just wasn't as polished as what we got in 2021. But I just want to know how much was there for a multiplayer experience back at the end of 2020. If they had released that game in 2020, what would the multiplayer have looked like? That is one thing I would love to hear. I'd love to hear how they were tracking along for 2020. How was this game releasing in 2020? That's what I'd love to know. But that is a very broad question. So yeah, wouldn't expect an answer on that, to be honest. So Williams says something interesting there. So I think Joseph Staten needs to take a large role in the company too. So I love Joseph Staten, but I actually think that he should more focus on the campaign side of stuff and the narrative, all of that, because that's where he excels and that's where he shines. I really hope we can get a similar experience to what he did with Halo 3 ODST, with Halo Infinite's next campaign, or the next Halo campaign, whatever that's going to be called, whatever it is. I really hope he can take charge of that. Very similar to what he did with Halo 3 ODST and even Halo 2. I don't think he needs to be in a managerial position where he's the top of 343. As cool as that would be, I just don't think that he could help or really do the campaign side of stuff if he was that high up. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong though. That's just what I assume. Hey, 30 Red, thank you for the $1, man. Really, really appreciate that. I don't think it's so. Yeah, as General Peter said there, I don't think they're going to stick to the 10-year plan. I don't see that happening. If the game is that, if the code for the Halo Infinite is that tough to put together, I think maybe it might be in their best interest to just kind of start over again. If they can recover it, if it is salvageable, then by all means keep going. Keep going with Halo Infinite and get it to what it should be. I would like to see that probably a bit more than a new game, but it just depends on what 343 can do. I guess Pierre Hintze he's a pretty good leader from what we've seen with Halo MCC. So yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see what he does, but we probably won't see some big changes or big news coming from 343 for Halo Infinite until next year. We won't see it until next year. Easy. Maybe even middle of next year, late next year. Being respectful doesn't come a long way when she lied to us many times but barely communicated with us. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying I fully understand what you're saying. I don't blame people for being upset with her. I've seen a lot worse comments and posts about it. All I'm going to say is we don't want to be toxic here. That's the only thing I want to say is, as hard as it may be, just we're going to try to keep respectful. But I do understand what you're saying. Next tip, I do understand what you're saying, and that's another reason why she needed to go. Creative Chris Lee should be getting most of the flack that Bonnie Ross does. Yeah, if anyone has watched the recent Mint Blitz video, I think it was 2 days ago, he was talking about this, and yeah, it does sound like Chris Lee was at fault for a lot of those things, and maybe he was the reason why the game is in such a bad state. But at the end of the day, Bonnie Ross is still the head, and she should still be keeping tabs on what's happening with her franchise. Yeah, as Captain Nix just said there, you still have to be respectful. She is a person, but definite change is needed now. It's a good thing, I believe. Exactly right. That's pretty much how I'm feeling, to be totally honest. All good, Halo Hub. Thank you so much, man. Uh, Jack, I'm not too sure if you're talking about me. I'm literally just a Halo fan, like all of you guys. I assume you're not talking about me, but yeah, I am just a Halo fan. So yeah, whatever you're hearing from me is just it's just a Halo fan. Nah, but I will say this, Jack. Like, so you said that Halo fans didn't touch grass and get live. Halo fans have a right to be a bit upset with how the way things have been going. So I don't think you can really be saying that, to be honest, mate. Uh, all I want to say, as long as people are respectful, it's fine. But if people are upset and have been upset, there is nothing wrong with that. I just hope, I think that we're going to get there eventually with like next year with Halo Infinite and the series going forward. We will get there with Pierre Hintze taking charge. But I really don't think you can come in here and say that, mate, because people have a right to be a bit upset with what's been going on recently. I hate anything like death threats, all that sort of shit. That is totally fucked up. Anything that's toxic to a dev that's, by private messages, all that sort of stuff, that is really bad. That is really, really bad. No one should be doing anything like that. But it is okay to voice your opinions respectfully on how the franchise is going. And I've been seeing a lot of that online. Unknown Unit says, never thought I'd see the day, folks. uh, Cool Hand Luke Skulker says, fix the engine, no it can't be. Halo 7 better be built on UE5 or Bill Gates can kiss my butt. Oh god. John goes to the Halo channels I follow. Yeah, you definitely have the most level-headed following of Halo fans. Yeah, I fully agree. I fully agree. Thanks, John. That's a compliment. Thanks, mate. I will say, Jack, like some Halo fans can take it very far. I fully agree. I mean, that's very similar to like Star Wars fans and other fandom fans, but that's just the case everywhere, isn't it? That's just the case everywhere. Uh, yeah, Indecisive Boy, all good, mate. See you next time. Have a good one. Condolences to Bonnie Ross if proves true, but that side you can definitely hold her accountable. Yeah, again, I agree. Because that's just the way it should be. That's the way it is. As long as we're respectful, we can still hold her accountable. We can't, we can still hold her accountable for the issues that have occurred with this game, but still, we're all humans. She's a human. She's going through something very tough right now, so got to be respectful and hope for the best for her family. Hopefully, if there's less FOMO, that would be sick. I would love to see less FOMO. Q says FootedGhost definitely not toxic. From if anything comes across as a 3 for 3 apologist. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm trying to be balanced with everything I'm saying, but yeah, no, that's not too good. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty balanced in the way I say stuff, but it's not my intention to lean to a side. Not that I want to be unbiased. When I'm doing a news video or something like that, I want to be unbiased, right? Because some people just want to click on, hear what's going on, and then that's it. But during a stream, you'll hear my opinions on things a lot more, or in, I guess, like opinionated videos. But this, I am happy to see that someone like Pierre Hintze has taken over. Because that's why that's why I think the future of the game is in good hands. Like Pierre Hintze, he's got very good history with Halo, rescuing Halo MCC. So I'm very, very content with him taking over from Bonnie. Paul, where in the hell have I said that? I literally said maybe like 5 minutes ago that is the worst thing someone could do, and I literally said that if you're doing that, then there is something wrong with you. Like, you can't be sending death threats, or sending rude messages to devs, when it probably isn't even the devs' fault, right? You can't do that. That goes for all fandoms, all communities. I don't know where the hell I said that, Paul. I literally said don't do that. So yeah, I'm not too sure what you're going on about there, mate. Foot is one of the most constructive, well-spoken. Thanks, John. I appreciate you, John. Thank you, dude. We have waited for a long time. We've waited for a long time. It's just going to be interesting to see what happens from here. That's going to be interesting. JD, is it too late to save Infinite? We should start from the ground up. Not too sure, man. I don't think it's too late to save Infinite. Like when Forge releases, I reckon we're going to see a bucket load of awesome Forge maps come to the game. Like as I said, like some of these Forge maps, they don't look like they are Forge maps. Like this looks like a dev made map to me. Like seriously, like this type of stuff is insane. So no, I think when Forge releases, if 343 can get a bunch of those Forge maps into the game, I'll be very, very, very happy. That's what I'm hoping for, because if they can do that, very similar to what they did with Halo 5. I think 343 did that with Halo 5. Yeah, they did. Will be very, very good. Because again, these maps look great. All of these Forge maps, I'm very happy with them. So yeah, I'm excited for Forge to come out. I think Forge is what I'm really, really excited for. So we'll have to see how that goes. Hoping for a smooth launch. Got to hope for a smooth launch there. If it releases good, we're laughing. If it releases good, we're great. Let's take a look here. I hope for the best for her. I just want her in charge of Halo. Yeah, again, agreed. So I'm just trying to go through this. So Tenko says people are angry at the wrong people based off zero facts. Who is that? If you don't mind me asking, who are you talking about? Bonnie Ross? I just think that the facts are, she's been there for over 12 years, and there haven't been too many good results. So at the end of the day, it does come from the top, and if things aren't going too well, just like in any job, you probably will lose your job. But I hope things are going well with her. I hope things go well with her family, and I'm sad that she had to leave in this manner. But I'm happy that someone as good as Pierre Hintze has taken over, because I do trust that man to do a good job. Yeah, I'm just happy to see change. Essentially, that's it. I'm just happy to see change. To put it simply. Hey, Spartan, thank you so much for the $5, man. It's interesting that on every community there is people that think their respective community is the worst ever because of a few bad elements. I don't think the Halo community is the worst one. There are some bad eggs that kind of bring us all down a bit, but no, I think I reckon the Star Wars community is a bit more toxic. I mean, they're all like that, aren't they? They're all like that. But thank you again for the super chat, mate. Really appreciate that. Watch Forge launch tomorrow. Yeah, wouldn't that be something? So Zikin says, I don't think the criticising is toxic. I definitely think you should just be more respectful, man. Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's really important to be respectful. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope the best for her family and all of that sort of stuff. And again, sad to see her leave in the way she's leaving. But I do think it's the right time for her to leave, if that makes sense. As respectful as I can say that, that's just what I think. And I hope she can find a job somewhere that she enjoys or does well in. I think that'd be very good for her. But yeah, I hope for the best for her family. Star Wars is way more toxic. The problem is the bad eggs are the loudest ones. Yeah, most often, unfortunately. Yeah. Sarah, I enjoyed Halo 4. I don't know where I said I didn't enjoy Halo 4. I don't think I've even said that once during the stream. I enjoyed Halo 4's story. It's one of my favourite Halo stories of all time. I'm not a big fan of the gameplay. I think it deviates far too much from what we're used to in Halo. But I still had fun with it, and I still enjoyed the campaign. The story is one of my favourite stories to this day for Halo. So I don't know where I said that, unless you're talking about other YouTubers, but I definitely didn't say that. We'll have to see. Forge could save this game. If Forge releases well, it'll be great. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that Forge will be massive. Let's just say that Forge, it will be massive for this game. But yeah, I mean, for me, so this is, I think everyone's seen this. Halo 4 campaign, I actually quite enjoyed. The multiplayer, wasn't a big fan of. Halo 5 campaign, did not enjoy at all. The multiplayer, I actually enjoyed Halo 5's multiplayer. Even though it's very different to what we're used to, a lot more fast paced, but it's a fun, it was a fun experience, so I did enjoy that. But yeah, that was the problem with 343's Halo games, right? One half was great, the other half wasn't too good. Halo Infinite, I feel like I mean, I still haven't changed my opinion. Like the Halo Infinite's campaign, for the most part, I actually really enjoyed. It just felt like we were missing out on like a second half of the story, but I still really enjoyed the campaign. And I didn't get clowned for saying it, but I did say like the second half of the campaign has like a lot of replayability because you can approach areas in different ways. Take a Banshee, take a Wasp, ride on the Warthog, all that sort of stuff. But I understand like a lot of the concerns and criticisms people had with Halo Infinite's campaign. A lot of it I agree with. So yeah, hopefully for Halo Infinite's next campaign, we'll have like a desert biome. And I think Infinite Forges, speaking about this guy, he actually did a desert biome very recently that looked pretty darn sick. Yeah, like this. So like I would love an area like this in like the next campaign for Infinite. Like that would be sick. Like that would be awesome. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But I'm hoping 243 can go down that route. But yeah, for the most part, like the campaign, we just need more areas, more biomes for the next one. A lot more story. I think the music was exceptional. Very happy with the music. And I think the gameplay was fucking fantastic. So yeah. But look, does it come close to the first three Halos? In terms of gameplay, I think it's actually a bit better. But of course, all in all, the original Halos have a lot more going for it. The campaign experiences are so much more, not fulfilling, but they're so much more, I guess, polished in a sense. Besides maybe, I know Halo 2's campaign is fantastic. I love Halo 2's. I'll say that's the one that's probably not the most polished because the legendary experience isn't that good. But Halo 2's campaign is one of my favorite campaigns, if not my favorite campaign. I fucking love that campaign. Snow, yes, snow. If we could get a snow biome, yeah, that would be sick. I think Krypton, he made like a snow BTB map, and I really liked that. This is not it. No, hang on. He made a like a snowy BTB map, and it looks absolutely awesome. Let's see here. Okay, I can't find it for some reason, but he made like a really sick snow map. So yeah, I was hoping to show that, but couldn't find it. And ODST. That I think ODST has the best best like feeling to it, where it's like not emotional, but it's like you really feel like you're engrossed in the story of what's going on. Like you're in that city, you're in New Mombasa as of the ODST. It's pretty darn sick, and also the music. I think the music in Halo 3 ODST is the best we've ever heard. So yeah, that I still always love that. But I will say this. Halo Infinite's soundtrack, fan-friggin-tastic, exceptional. I still love listening to it. Even on my videos, I pretty much use different parts of the soundtrack, different songs, different tracks, because it really was great. Even without Bonnie Ross, not Bonnie Ross, sorry, even without Marty O'Donnell and Michael Salvatore, it was still really good. Immersive. Soconi has just said it there. Immersive. It's a very immersive game. That's the word I was looking for. Talking about Halo 3 ODST. I'm just an idiot. Goddamn. But yeah, God, that's one of those games that like if it's raining outside, you put it on and you really get drawn into it. I love that. Alright. Brendan, you've probably heard this a lot, but I'm going to say Blood Gulch. Just a big, open BTV map. I would love to see that. Only difference is I'd love to see it like be a bit snowy. So like, not desert. Like I would love a Blood Gulch remake, but snowy, if that makes sense. So I know a lot of people might not like that because they want to see a 1-to-1 remake, but I'm a big fan of snow. I'm a sucker for snow in Halo. So yeah, I would love to see that because we just need bigger B2B maps. That's something we need. Let me see here. Gabrakan Escape, yeah, mighty hype. That song that plays through that is very, very nice. Very sick track. Battle Creek goated. Oh yeah, yes. If we can get Battle Creek, someone's going to probably make all of these maps. That's just what we're probably going to see. So yeah, I'm very excited for Forge. I'm very, very excited for Forge. I think it's going to be great. But yeah, I don't know. Are any of you guys Forgers or any of you guys planning to make something to Forge? Because I'll be definitely curious to view what you guys want to create. Because yeah, as you guys can tell, I want snow. I really want snow. But yeah, no, I'm excited for BTB. I'm excited for a Blood Gulch remake, Guardian remake. Also, maybe Lockout remake. Narrows. I've always wanted a remake of Narrows that was like very similar to like Forerunner aesthetic. Not human, but still Forerunner aesthetic. You're gonna hate me, but maybe a bit of snow trickled on there. I would love to see that. That would be pretty darn sick. Yeah. Michael's just said there, so I loved Infinite soundtrack. I just wish some of Kazuma Jinoshi's motifs from Halo 4 and Halo 5, like 117 and the Mantis theme return. You know what? I will say that I agree with that. 117 from Halo 4 was an absolute banger. The Mantis theme was great. Other tracks like Arrival, I really, really liked. Those tracks I would love to see in like the next campaign, even if they were like kind of not like the same thing, or like kind of the same thing. I'd be okay with that. Or even a like a remix of it. That would be alright. That'd be kind of cool. Hey Shannon, how you going, mate? Valhalla BTB, yes, Valhalla, 100%. I think that's a fan favorite for a lot of people, to be fair. The reason why I go towards Blood Gulch a bit more is because I feel like I just like the bit more openness. But yeah, Valhalla, very, very valid. Sand Trap, yes, holy shit. With Halo Infinite Sand, okay, that sounds weird. With Halo Infinite's Sand, like desert forge canvas, that looks really sick. I reckon someone is going to be creating that, and it's going to look solid. I can't wait for that. Narrows as Icicle's pretty close, so yeah, that does kind of work. I'll be alright with that. Eric, hey, thank you so much for the $5, man. Legend. Appreciate that, Eric. Hot take, Snowbound isn't that bad. Hey, it's snow, so I like it. No, I look, Snowbound, I wasn't really that big of a fan of it, but I don't think it was like a bad map, if that makes sense. I never really thought of it as like a bad map. There are bad maps, like, but I think Snowbound was okay. I think it was alright. If someone remade it though, I'd be kind of down for that. Would work interesting with Halo Infinite, I think. I don't miss anything here. Waterworks is always my fave. Hey, nice. Yeah, that's always a good one. What's that Halo 4 track that sounds like a 300 theme? I couldn't tell you, Summer. Sorry, mate. Desert check. Yeah. Textures. That's it. But yeah, the forged canvases, they're going to be really good. So a lot of people, whatever you want to create using the different forged canvases in Halo Infinite, it should be pretty darn helpful to create something like that. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to see what you guys are going to create with those canvases. Oh, taste your sleep. Don't even worry, man. Like, just give it a red hot go. Like, I'm a terrible forger. Like, I'm probably the worst forger that will grace the game when it comes out. But I'll even try to do something, even though it probably won't look at anything good. But yeah, give it a try. Try your best to create whatever you want to create. And the tools are there, and there will be a forge tutorial when it fully releases in November, and it should be. I believe it's going to be on the Academy map, where you can like move around stuff, and it tells you like how how to build a bit of stuff. So that will be very helpful for anyone coming straight into it. But yeah, it should be pretty good, guys. It should be pretty good. Hey, guys, we are so close to 200 likes on the stream. I would love to get there on the stream tonight. So for anyone that hasn't dropped a like on the stream, please do. I'd love to get there. But regardless, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I mean, we're just talking about maps now, but I still really appreciate you hanging out with me. Goddamn legends. I'd be really hyped for midship. I can't see an Infinite's map design. We need more classic arena style maps. I would love a midship redesign or map design in Infinite. See, some of the maps I really like in Infinite, like Catalyst, Behemoth. I know Behemoth isn't a good arena map, but I think it is still a really fun map. Good 4v4 map if it's not battle rifle starts. So I think that's really good. But I think like Aquarius, I don't mind. It's kind of like midship in the fact that, you know, you've got the middle section where instead of an energy sword where you have that on a midship, you've got an active camo. I do think it'd be a bit cooler if there was like a, you know, energy sword or something like that, but it is what it is. But you can kind of see a little bit of midship in Aquarius. But I would love to see a remake of midship for sure. Sidewinder remake, yes. Now that is what I would like to see. Yes, 100%. The old Halo 1 snow map. Yeah, Sidewinder, I think that would work really well. And things like the grapple shot, you know, would play quite interesting on that map. Fully agree. Kiwis say midship. I'm Australian, but I just fucked it up either way. So, yeah. Flapjack has said, I love the Hedgelong Forge map, one of my favorites. Yes. I mean, look, that's the beauty of this. Like, there are so many freaking awesome maps that we've all played on in the past. And I think that majority of them would work really well in Halo Infinite, with Halo Infinite's gameplay. You know, and that really does excite me. Hey, Second Gamer, thank you for the $5, man. Once again, I'm gonna crash. Appreciate you giving us this platform to voice our opinions on. Appreciate you, man. Nothing but love, bro. Absolutely love you. Thank you, Second Gaming. Thank you for the super chats today, and I hope you have a good night, bro. See you next time. Exile from Halo 4. Yeah, I mean, I think funnily enough, you mentioned that, John. But I think Exile has been leaked or exiled. I think that's what it's called in Halo Infinite. I believe it's a remake of that. I think. But pretty darn interesting to say the least. Just give me a quick second, guys. I'll be right back in a sec. Alright, apologies for that. Just made sure my mic wasn't... Yeah, okay, my mic's good. Alright, so yeah, so that should be pretty interesting. I've got no clue if it's actually a one-to-one remake from like actual Exile from Halo 4, but I believe it's going to be quite similar. So yeah, we'll have to see. Lockout, absolutely. Official AI about... So... Oh no, so okay, so there will be like bot AI, so like AIs that you can like program and script, but there won't be like campaign enemy AI. So that's the only thing. I mean, as far as we're aware, that's the way it's going to be. We could all be very surprised with, you know, enemy AI, but from right now it seems like it's just going to be enemies like Spartan bots. That's it. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there, but I don't think, at least I'm not expecting to see enemy AI anytime soon. Maybe next year we'll see it, because 343 will keep updating the Forge, but right now I don't expect it to come. So yeah, we'll have to see, but right now I don't think so. A space map. So Neon, there's actually a space Forge canvas, so that kind of will help you out there. So there's a space Forge canvas. It looks really nice, gotta say. Death Island remake would be nice. Yes, big agree. Hang 'em High, Ghost Town, both of those I'd love to see as well. Reach version of Prisoner. Yeah. You know what? That's I just had to think about that one for a second. But yeah, agreed. Half the time I'm just, you know, all these maps are really good, but that one I had to think about. Installation 05 control room in the Halo Infinite Forge. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'd be possible. Like, I mean, you can create really beautiful environments with the Forge mode. So I definitely think someone would give a hand at that, or try their hand at that. Eric, thank you so much for the $1 man. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Bring back Halo 2 District and Waterworks. District, oh, that's an interesting one. I would like to see District come. Yeah, I mean, 343 did say this a while ago that they wouldn't do like remakes, but I think they kind of went back on that. So yeah, I do think we're going to see a bunch of remakes come into the game, and of course, Forge, there'll be a bucket load of remakes, and that's going to be good. uh, Terminal. Oh wow. Okay, that's one. That's a classic. Yeah, I think I saw someone do like a train in the Halo Infinite's Forge, like an Elite Forge, and they made it go like around and around. So something like that could very well be possible, which would be sick. But yeah, I've not seen a remake of that in ages actually. So that could be quite cool. Halo 2 Zanzibar, big yes, 100%. Mark, I should say thank you for staying positive, but still reporting realistically. We have way too much negativity in the community. No, I appreciate that, Mark. Thanks you. I'm trying my best to be balanced with everything in the criticism, but of course, like with this thing here, I've been pretty honest with it. I do think, I'm wishing the best for Bonnie and her family, and I'm very sad that she had to, not very sad, I'm upset that she had to leave in this way, but I think it was the right time for her to leave. And I think I'm quite happy that someone like Pierre Hintze is taking over, because he's got a really good track record with Halo, and I'm excited to see what he can do. So I'm trying to be as balanced as I can with that, but that's just how I honestly feel, because yeah, and essentially I think the future of Halo Infinite is in good hands. That's how I feel. But I appreciate that, Mark. I do appreciate that. What's great is that eventually all these maps mentioned will be remade to some extent in Forge by the community. Exactly, Flapjack. Exactly right. That is why, like, I still, as crazy as it is, I still have some faith in this game will get somewhere good, right? Because, like, people will be able to create some sick things with the Forge mode. Like, as I said, like, this is, I mean, they did a Forge showcase that was completely built in Forge. Looks fantastic. This map here, like, these maps look dev-made maps to me. They look like dev-made maps. So just imagine Forge maps, Forge remakes that look like dev-made maps. That's what I'm so excited for. So yeah, I really can't wait for that. Infection maps, yeah, I reckon people are going to be creating a lot of sick infection maps. I was a big sucker for Halo Reach's Countdown or Halo Reach's Boardwalk for Infection. I would love to see those be remade, with a bit of a spooky twist maybe, but that would be really sick. Beaver Creek, absolutely. Yeah, as Fox hasn't said there, yeah, studio head. So yeah, new studio head is Pierre Hintze, GM and franchise Brian Koski, and the business and operations lead is Elizabeth Van Wyck. So yeah, I think that overall is good news. So I'm excited to see how they go with the franchise. Hey, the Duck, what's going on? Halo CE board in action, bring it back. Fuck yes, that'd be pretty mental. All of these maps, just it's gonna be crazy. If we get when we get the custom games browser, it's gonna be sick. But if we can get some of these maps into matchmaking, fuck me. Oh. As you, I'm literally down and bad right now with this friggin' flu. I'm so sorry, guys, if I sound like absolute arse. But I agree. Yeah, if we could have what do you call it? These maps, all of these maps that you guys are mentioning right here, the remakes, all of them get into matchmaking, I would be so happy. Like, goddamn. Yeah, that would have me very excited, because then again, it's a constant stream of content going into the game, and that would be sick. That's what we need with this game. Like, a lot of people have been saying to me, like, I'd make a video on modes coming to the game, or modes that you can play in Halo Infinite. People would be like, alright, that's cool. Modes are great, but we need maps. We need new maps to play on, because it doesn't feel like you're playing a new experience unless you're on a new map. And I fully understand that, and I totally agree with that. And Forge is going to be our best friend with that, for sure. For sure. Firefight from Halo Reach with Warzone elements from Halo 5. That'd be sick. That would be sick. I mean, a firefight of any kind, I would love to see come to Infinite. But yeah, no, that would be more than ideal. Ragnarok and Halo 4 was great as well. Yeah, agreed. Big agree. Ragnarok was the remake of Valhalla, right? If I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, again, same thing. Still looked beautiful. Yeah, so yeah, Infinite 4 just did make this with no baked lighting, which is absolutely insane. So just imagine when the lighting's baked, how this will look. It's pretty crazy to think about. So Tanko, that's interesting. I don't think they need to. I don't think so. I don't think so because what I watched some people play on Guardian, like in the Linked Forge build, and it was a pretty one-to-one scale of Guardian, and yeah, it looked pretty good. Like, I don't think it was stretched out or anything like that, like you'd see in Halo 5. Like if you recall, Halo 5's maps were quite stretched because of the movement speed, the thrust, all that sort of stuff. I don't think that's as necessary in Halo Infinite. Maybe it's stretched out a little tiny bit or upscaled a tiny bit, but probably not a noticeable amount. At least that's what I think. We'll have to wait and see because if we do get to play on, if someone remakes like Midship, that would be quite interesting to play on with Halo Infinite's movement. But it's nowhere near as fast as Halo 5, so I still think it would work. I still think that would work. Brendan said here, feel like this is a hot take, but Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer had some of the best weapon models. I love the SMG and Brood Shot. I think Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer had I think the campaign had some really, really good weapon models. I think it was quite interesting that they used different weapon models for the Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer. But I still think they are beautiful as well. So yeah, I'm very happy with them. Very happy with those designs. With that said, I do miss the SMG and I miss the Brute Shot. I definitely miss those weapons. The SMG has been leaked in the Halo Infinite files. The Brute Shot, not too sure what that is, but that's a weapon that I'd love to see come to Infinite because it makes sense. Banished, Brute Shot, Brutes makes sense to me. Also, Sick to Death of UNSC maps. Yeah, fully agree. I want to see some Banished maps, some snow maps, some desert maps, some Covenant maps, some ship maps. Anything, literally, some maps on a Halo ring, that would be sick. All of that. That's what I want to see. The UNSC maps, they are good, they are sick, but I think I'd much prefer more natural maps. As well as Banished Covenant maps. Do you think they might bring back the classic weapons like the Fuel Cannon, Carbine, Plasma, Beam Rifle? So, Fuel Cannon is in the files, the Carbine is in the files, the Beam Rifle has got these sounds in the files. So, no one has seen like how the Beam Rifle looks, but there are sound files for it. So, those three, I think will come back at some way, shape or form. Plasma Rifle, it's my favourite weapon in Halo. I'm still so upset that it's just nowhere to be seen for the last 12 years. Oh no, sorry, it was in Halo 5, but it came in the multiplayer, so it doesn't exactly count. But I really would love to see the Plasma Rifle come to the game. That's what I'm really hoping to see sometime soon. Hey guys, we've hit 200 likes. Absolute legends. Thank you so much, guys. This has been a really good stream. I know things aren't, a lot of us, we're just talking about it, talking about the situation. We have gone on a bit of a tangent with the maps, but I really am enjoying hearing your opinions on all of these different maps and what you guys want to see come to Halo Infinite. Really does interest me. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I really, really do appreciate this. But yeah, it's sometimes really good to just talk about stuff when they come out instead of like a usual video, the Plasma Rifle was in Halo 5, just in the multiplayer, but it wasn't. It was the Brute Plasma Rifle, so it wasn't just a pure Plasma Rifle. But yeah, still cool, still interesting, but I think for all of us that love the plasma rifle, the blue plasma rifle, I just want to see that come to the game. You know, I would. That's what I'm really hoping for. It's been missing for some time. If we see that, I'll be very happy. Imagine having playable brutes, but yeah, playable brutes. That would be sick. That would be sick. Would love that. But awesome video. Thanks, man. I should have about the stream. Thanks, mate. But yeah, the playable brutes would be sick. Not too sure how they would do the hitboxes and all that, but playable brutes, I'd love to see that. At least for like if they did like an invasion mode in the future, instead of it being elites, being brutes, that could be sick. That could be cool. Need rocket hogs to come back. I think they're talking about the rocket warthog. I was like, hang on, no, the mode. I see what you're saying. Concussion rifle versus brute shot. Oh, brute shot every day of the week for sure. Spartan laser. So I think the Spartan laser kind of like ruins vehicle gameplay, like in BTB. But with that said, I still think the Spartan laser should come back. I don't think it should be just kicked to the curb as it has been. As long as there's only like one on the map, it's fine. That's what I think. Because like Halo Infinite's vehicles, like the Banshee, that thing, like you could poke that Banshee with a stick, and that thing's exploding in 5 seconds. So the current vehicles in Halo Infinite, they need a lot more health. At least the Banshee, like the Banshee is just dog water. It's just bad. But yeah, I think like Scorpion is alright. The Wraith is great. I love the Wraith. The Wasp is solid. Ghost is the best vehicle in the game. I stand by that to the end of my days. The Ghost is such a good vehicle in this game. I always love hobbing in it. Warthog, I feel like the Warthog can still... I mean, it's been buffed a little bit, but still I feel like they're easy to destroy. Raceback, easy to destroy. Yeah, that's basically it, isn't it? But yeah, as Paragon said there, Halo 5's Banshee was a monster. And now it's like the worst vehicle in the game. So that's a bit upsetting. But hopefully, I'm hoping like I will make a video on Halo Infinite's Banshee soon, and like how it's still just terrible. Because I'm hoping 243 can... they probably won't see it, but I'm hoping like, it somehow gets out there and they can be like, the Banshee is still bad. They should still know that the Banshee is bad, because like you can shoot it, as I said, with barely anything and it will explode. So yeah, I'm hoping someone from 343 has taken notice of that and is trying to fix that, because yeah, it needs to be as weird as it sounds, either slowed down a little bit because I feel like it moves too fast, or the Banshee bomb needs to do so much more damage and the health needs to be boosted a crap like a lot higher. Like the health needs to be like tripled, essentially. Like where it is right now is way too low, way too easy to kill. But yeah, the chopper has been buffed. That is much better now. You can, as Shinobu was just said there, killed a Wraith with a chopper in one hit. Yeah, so you can just chop through anything now. Scorpion, if you chop from behind, if you get the Scorpion right behind, it explodes, which is so goddamn sick. So yeah, very happy about that. But yeah, Chopper is in a good place now. When it released, Chopper was not good. So I'm hoping 343 can do the same thing with the Banshee. That's what I'm hoping for. Hey, Floyd, thank you for the $2, man. FootedGhost, I'd love to see Haven return. Hey, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Haven would be an interesting map to see come back. I reckon, like, I'm going to compile a list for what you guys have said here, and I'm going to just give them to Infinite Forges. Be like, alright, mate, try make all of these when you get time. Because yeah, these all of these I would love to see come to the game. In Halo 3, the laser was great. The skewer just lacks visual appeal. So I actually like the skewer. I like the skewer a great deal. But my problem with the skewer is that it doesn't actually skew or pin enemy Spartans to the wall. Probably a hard task or something hard for them to do. But that would be really, really good. But I do agree. I think the Spartan laser should return. But B2B heavies, yes. And also that mode needs to come back too. Definitely agree with that. Ryan, see no reason why they can't add past vehicles and weapons. yeah, give us control over weapon properties and let us build our dreams. I agree. I agree. That's what I like. That's what I love to see. Oh, alrighty, guys. I'm gonna probably have to duck off now. I probably streamed for a bit longer than I thought I was going to because I've got to go somewhere. But I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys that have hopped in the stream today. Anyone that's subscribed, liked the stream, even just commented, even just watched, really, really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Once again, we are so close to 25,000 subs. So if any of you guys haven't subscribed, please do. I'd really, really appreciate you for doing that. But of course, once again, just being here means the absolute world to me. So thank you all. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. I know it's like only Tuesday, Monday for most of you guys. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll let you know if there's a game night. There might be a game night. We'll see this weekend. Probably will be. So I'll let you know about that. But yeah, take care everyone, and I will see you guys on the next video, right? Which should be tomorrow. Oh, okay. Before I end, Oppie, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, the gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Hey, let's go, Oppie. Thank you. So, right, well, just right when we're ending, I was literally about to end it there. Well, thank you so much, Oppie. Thank you so much. So, see you everyone. Benjamin's got a gifted sub. Nahil, Eli, Captain, Frosty, gifted membership. So you have an energy sword next to your name, all that sort of good stuff. Anyway, I will end it there. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you guys on the next video. Alrighty, take.